Welcome to Opm Now, a synopsis of the activities of the Prime Minister and your government. I'm Naomi Francis. This week on Opm Now, funds for COVID-19 vaccine public education program reallocated to purchase more vaccines. $60 billion stimulus package announced. Prime Minister continues distribution of tablets and printers. These and more stories coming up right now. The government has unveiled another stimulus package to help Jamaicans recover from the COVID-19 pandemic. The Finance Minister, Dr. The Honorable Nigel Clarke, announced a $60 billion stimulus package which will be rolled out in the new financial year.
Based on the current prices and supply that the Ministry of Health has, we are making provisions for the government of Jamaica to be able to finance the procurement of and the completion of coronavirus vaccination for 2 million Jamaicans. Whether it's double dose or single dose, depending on the supplier.
And Dr. Clarke has announced that the government has identified sources of funding for the $830 billion budget. The budget for the 2021-2022 financial year was unveiled in the House of Representatives last Thursday as the new parliamentary year got underway.
Because it's important that we all recognize that this level of dividend, which is 3 years at one time from the central bank, is not going to be repeated at that level on an annual basis. But we are expecting dividends to be the norm. So therefore, we can't treat it as a recurring source of revenue. Okay? So it has to be aligned with one-off level of activities. And thank God that we have it. Because when you look at the estimates of expenditure, you take $33 billion from it, and you tell me what you would cut out if you never had it.
Cabinet is to reallocate the funding for the Public Education and Promotion Program for COVID-19 vaccines. The move comes as Prime Minister Andrew Holness says the increased public outcry for COVID-19 vaccines in the island has prompted the government to consider reallocating the funds budgeted for the Public Education and Promotion Program on vaccines to other areas of health or to acquire more vaccines.
We reserve resources for public education to encourage persons to take up the vaccines. I have detected in recent times that there is a shift in the sentiment of Jamaicans. We were very careful to ensure that any vaccine that we are bringing into the country, that it has WHO approval. And that we took the time and effort to ensure that that was the case, because ultimately we want every Jamaican to feel safe taking the vaccine.
And Prime Minister Andrew Holness continued the distribution of tablets and devices to ensure students in his West Central St. Andrew constituency continue their education during COVID-19. The initiative is being executed through the Positive Jamaica Foundation. In the latest handovers, 5 schools, the Jamaica China Goodwill Infant School, DuPont Primary, Seawood Primary, Balcom Drive Primary, and Penwood High were gifted devices. So far, Prime Minister Holness has handed over 700 devices. The target is to distribute 1,000 tablets and devices to students. In the earlier phases, students sitting PEP exams, that's grades 4 to 6 in primary school, and CSEC students, that's 4th to 5th form in high schools, received devices. The focus will now be on the younger ones. And last week, the Minister of Agriculture and Fisheries, the Honorable Floyd Green, launched the Backyard Gardening Program in Portmore, St. Catherine. The minister also showcased several contents of the Backyard Garden Project. Over 2,500 households are set to benefit from a $10 million backyard garden project. The project aims to strengthen the country's food security by enabling citizens to grow and consume their own produce, thereby saving costs while enhancing their nutrition, health, and well-being. And Prime Minister Holness took time out last week to visit the widow of Ewart, Daddy Roy Beckford. Daddy U-Roy died on February 17. He was a pioneer in reggae and dancehall sound system operations. Prime Minister Holness hailed Daddy U-Roy for the rich legacy he has left behind and for his far-reaching impact, musical impact, on the world. Finally this week, our photo of the week comes from the St. Anne Police Division. Inspector Levi Powell read a section of a novel for a child in the community as the police embarked on the latest initiative to restore hope and inspire kindness, especially in the youth. Keep it up and continue being a force for good.
I figured maybe my father's been made president of the company. Or maybe my teacher phoned saying that even though I don't get the best grades in the 5th grade, I am definitely the smartest kid in the class.
And that's it for OPM Now. Please remember to follow the Prime Minister on all socials at Andrew Holness JM and on YouTube at Andrew Michael Holness /JM. And look out for OPM Now every Monday at 6 p.m. on all socials. Catch you next week and remember, stay safe.